we are again given some insight into Michael, and war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought. But they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world, and he was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Then I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ have come, for the accuser of our brethren who accused them before our God day and night has been cast down. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to the death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. Okay, while we're here, let's notice some things about both Michael and Satan. And again, these are not my favorite passages to take facts from because these are apocalyptic texts. They are highly symbolic. There is, I think, not a real good reason to discount most of this as symbolic. I think that a lot of this gives us a lot of information, a lot of fairly clear information. What's wrong with it as far as a straightforward description of Michael and the devil? Is there anything wrong with it? Anything problematic with it, I should say? Well, I'll tell you, what I see that's a little problematic with it is if we assume that there was an angelic rebellion at some point in the past, which I think we can assume that. I think the Scripture shows us that. And there's a victory that is won by the servants of God over Satan and his servants. That would have had to have happened long in the past, right? But what this passage shows us is that the ultimate victory of the Lord's servants over the servants of Satan was when? Maybe we shouldn't say ultimate, but the greatest, maybe. It talks about Christ, right? So the role of Christ in the defeat of Satan and the angels is what the Revelation emphasizes. And if we don't get lost in the chronology, if we don't say, well, how could that happen? I mean, if we're talking about something that happened before Genesis or in the opening chapters of Genesis, how could Christ have anything to do with that? And so, the chronology is a little strange. Again, chronology is a problem for people who live in time, right? It is not a problem from an eternal standpoint. It's a problem for us. We look at it and we say, well, how could that be that, this and this and this and this? But if we look at the idea, especially in Genesis chapter 3, and we could go back, really, and we probably should, because this refers to Satan as that great serpent of old who deceives the whole world. Well, what's that picture? The serpent of old who deceives. What's that? Genesis 3, right? I mean, the snake, it's the serpent speaking with the voice who tells Eve, oh, you're not going to die. And then in Genesis chapter 3, we have a very, very specific messianic prophecy where we're told, and let's look at that, if you don't mind. Go to Genesis chapter 3. I'm going to put my marker here because there's a lot to mine in this Revelation 12 passage. But let's look at what's generally called, this is generally called the proto-evangelion, or the